to keep the edges from unraveling, you want to do some type of stitch to overcast that. Now that's where a serger comes in, but if you don't have a serger, or if you do have a serger and it doesn't have the right thread on it, meaning this is a light fabric and your serger currently has black thread on it, you need to know which stitches to use. Now I'm going to tell you the easiest way to figure out which one to use is by using the Sewing Advisor. We've done a video on that. You can find the Sewing Advisor by clicking on the sewing machine. Tell it what kind of fabric you're working on, woven medium or woven light for the, like a cotton here. Let's do woven medium. And then technique, overcast. So what it'll do is actually take you to a stitch and tell you what foot to use. Now let's talk about this foot J that it often will recommend. So the J foot has only one toe, but there's this little pin in here. You're going to notice that the stitch is going to stitch over the pin, and the pin is going to help it so that edge doesn't get rolled under, kind of creased with that would happen if you just used a regular foot. It kind of helps keep it nice and flat. So here's one thing nice. As you line up your fabric, the pin is going to be even with the edge of your foot. If you push the down function here with your foot and then touch it again, you can gently move the fabric side to side. It's just hovering so I can see exactly where I want to start. And then once I go ahead and start, then whatever stitch has been picked is the perfect stitch for this fabric. Now different stitches are going to be picked for different fabrics, so that's why it's always good to use that Sewing Advisor. So again, when the stitch gets all the way over to the far right side, that is when it's going over the pin and creating kind of that lock along the edge so you don't have those unraveling edges. You can do this to all your fabrics once you've cut them. Just go around all the raw edges with the overlock stitch, and that will create the perfect little edging here. This particular stitch is the multiple point zigzag, so it puts a nice little firm stitch on there. You could also do it after your project is done, and so you'd be going through multiple layers here, more like 2 or even more, and you can just kind of encase all the raw edges that you have on your fabric. But again, depending on your fabric you pick, you will definitely get different stitches recommended for different fabrics. Like here I picked the stretch heavy fabric, same stitch but different foot, so it's recommending just the regular B foot for that particular stitch. Again, if any tensions had to be set or pressure, it would have been already pre-adjusted because you used the Sewing Advisor.